Hi everyone. So Wet n Wild reduced these limited edition color icon eye kits, and they're basically baked mineral shadows. Now, yeah, Wet n Wild's doing it again where they're kind of hiding them inside aisles. I actually found these in the hair aisle on a side cap, or end cap, sorry, whatever you want to call it. And I do have all three, including the matte palette. One of the matte palettes was cracked, so I had to seek out somebody to help me get some to give to friends and stuff on YouTube. But these mineral palettes are really great. A lot of people are buying these up too. I know the matte palette's more coveted, but I am wearing one of the mineral eye palettes. And the one I'm wearing is called Baking a Cake. It is my favorite colors in this particular set. I do think that this is an interesting idea, however. I know a lot of people are going to say that the colors aren't as bright as the average color icon kit. But I do like that they're trying something different, to be honest. These are really a lot of fun. And I'm using every color except for this icy pink. So you'll see in the tutorial why my look is very sort of downplayed, even though these colors are very vibrant. You can always use them in very different ways. But the reason why this look is very downplayed, even though I'm using a lot of color, is because I wanted to show you that you can create a wearable look using color, and color is very wonderful because it does make your eyes pop and stand out beautifully. It makes them vibrant. Now I chose this particular color kit because not only is it my favorite, but it's great for enhancing green eyes, blue eyes, and hazel eyes. And it'll also be great for brown eyes because there'll be enough contrast. So needless to say, it's my favorite color kit for that exact reason. And I love it because it's making my hazel eyes a little bit greener than usual because I can see the hints of color just making it really stand out. And this is also a really great look for any eye shape because it's not going to close your eye in at all. A lot of people think that if they just keep the eye colors down on the eyelid, that their eye isn't going to look small, when in actuality, if they keep their colors going from light to dark, that will really help their eyes pop and stand out and look a lot bigger. So I hope that you find this particular tutorial useful because it's more of an educational one, yet a fun one, and a Wet n Wild color icon one. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, so to get started, I've already prepped and primed my skin with my stuff. And then I took the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden and put that from my lid to my brow bone. And now we're just going to start tight lining and waterlining. I'm just going to take the Makeup Forever waterproof liquid liner so we can get some smolder going on. And you could take any black pencil. Drugstores have black pencils too. I'm not a fan of the Wet n Wild color icon ones that I've tried in the past because they're kind of hard. If they've reformulated them, then great. So just do that all over the eye. You can even smudge it out a little if you wish. I'm going to start in with the Wet n Wild I Love Matte palette, and we're just going to try this peachy shade right up here, or use the peachy shade, my bad. And I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Angled Contour Brush, which is just a flat brush that looks like that. It's synthetic, and we're just going to go all over the lid, covering the primer potion. Sometimes when you smudge colors right on top of primer, it gets very dark. Since I'm trying to do a more subtle look, I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm just going to blend that out on top, and then I'm just going to dab, a little bit of the matte white, and we're going to take that into the tear duct and give it a soft gleam that will brighten up the eye, and then go underneath the brow bone arch, and that'll also help brighten it up subtly. Now I have heard rumors that that matte palette is going to be permanent. I think it should be since they're discontinuing the other ones, but if I am wrong, you can go ahead and just take a face powder and smudge that all over the lid up to the brow bone. Now that'll give you a nice kind of even canvas to work with. So now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mineral Palette in Baking a Cake. I'm not thrilled with this packaging. It's loose, it has no labeling. Kind of like last year's Christmas collection. Although the palettes were a little more sustainable in last year's collection, however. they didn't have names on them, directly on them. They had it on the packaging. So it's a little fishy. It's fishy. So we're just gonna start off taking this angled brush. This is from Bdellium Tools. It's the 763. And we're just going to dab into that. This is the chocolate brown color, no name, sorry. But I think that's pretty standard with Wet n Wild palettes, no name. And we're just gonna start lining the upper lash line. Now what I'm going to do is take a little bit more from that angled brush, and we're just going to start pulling it up at a slant and then making a tiny little tail in the outer corner. So it's definitely a little bit darker in the outer corner, so it's literally just like kind of like a lined smoky eye. Now I'm going to take this really small blender brush. This is the 785. If your eye is smaller, I think this will still work, but if not, you can always choose a smaller blender. I'll have a link to Bdellium Tools in the bottom bar. But we're just gonna go in with this sort of peachy shade here that's got the blue kind of speckling. Almost representative of sprinkles, if you ask me. So we're just gonna start pulling that in the outer corner. Now we're going to go down onto the eyelid and just sort of shade that in. So just like this. So you're gonna get just this sort of little C shape, basically. Just like that in the outer corner with that frosted shadow. Now, I do like this sort of metallic gleam that going over the dark shadow has, but if you lost some of your color, you can always go back in and touch it up. So that's always really pretty and a lot of fun. Now I'm going to go in with the pinky one. It's kind of cool because it's got like leopard spots. Totally, totally cool. And we're just going to start going back over the C shape. Sort of deepen it up. I think this is a great palette if you're afraid of color but you want to have ease blending your shadows, because mineral shadows are traditionally a little less pigmented, but you don't want them to be hard to put on. So these aren't hard to put on, they're very blendable. Very nice. And I'm just going back in and touching up the liner. Now I'm gonna go in with this hot pink guy right here. And we're just gonna put our blender in there and get some color up. And we're just gonna go back over the C shape and give it like a hidden hue of pink. All right, so now we're just gonna go underneath the lower lash line with a dab of this darker chocolate color again. And we're just gonna do just a very soft, nice, beautiful line of the chocolate brown. And I'm just gonna keep it darker in the outer bit. Now if you have smaller eyes, you can always choose to go with a little less liner, but I think that definitely makes it smoky and pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with this chocolate brown, which has turned out to be my baby. And we are going to take that and put it into the outer corner. Now you could skip this step if you want it to be more daywear based. If you want it to be more daywear based, maybe use less in the outer corner or less underneath the eye, depending on your work environment, if you want to wear it to work. Because you totally can, I think, because there's not a lot of color going on the lid. I think this is a great look to help open up the eye. Now if you want to add a little bit of diamonds to your smoke, we're going to go in with this blue color right here. I'm getting that on the same angled brush, and we're just going to go over the outer corner just to add a hint of color. I'm going gonna go in with the MAC Superslick Liquid Liner and Defiantly Feline. And they do have Urban Decay colors. I don't happen to own them. I could link my blog post review for all the Urban Decay ones that come in different colors so you can see all the colors they have. So I'm just gonna take a brown because it's a little bit more subtle. Sometimes when you don't feel like wearing too much heavy eye makeup or black, going with another color that is natural but will define is a great way to go. So I'm just gonna take that and then just add a little flick. Just nothing major, but a small little cat eye can really sort of elongate the eye and make it sultry and open it up. Now I tend to always just do black mascara because my eyelashes are so dark, and when I do wear chocolate mascara it makes me look kind of odd and sickly. So I'm just going to go in with a light amount of the Youngblood Mineral Mascara in Blackout, but if your eyelashes are lighter you can go ahead and take Minx or Sable. I'll put a link to my review in the bottom bar, which also contains my blog post review, and a link to the website if you'd like to check out this mascara. It's really good, feels good on the lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a light amount of it from root to tip. It's kind of a pricier mascara, but you can always take a drugstore item instead. Wet n Wild has great mascaras if you're looking for a drugstore. I really like their mascaras a lot. The Mega Wink is my favorite though. Just apply that so it looks kind of natural. I'm going to take the Ardell Invisaban Wispies in brown. These are kind of long, but they are subtle and natural. You can always take the Demi Wispies in black if you want them darker and maybe even a little bit shorter. So that's like another subtle route you can go. But I'm going to use the brown ones because I like the length, but they're not too overdone. Alright, so I've already applied my foundation, which is the Too Faced Amazing Face Oil-Free Close-Up Coverage Foundation. I'll put a link to that in my bottom bar. And then set my face with Inglot YSM Face Powder that's also in my face routine. There is Collection 2000 Illuminating Touch a Light Diffusing Concealer under my eyes. Just blend it in with my Bdellium Tools foundation brush, and this is the number 957. I have a link to Bdellium Tools. A lot of links going on. And then for my contour, I just used Max Harmony, which is a cool tone kind of pinky contour powder. So it's very natural, really works with the eyes. I don't have a drugstore contour powder, but I know other brands have them. So I'm just gonna find a blush I want and we'll be right back. Now to really complement the Baking a Cake palette, which we use, that has all my favorite one, the pink, the blue, and everything. We're going to go in with the e.l.f. blush, and this one is in Pink Passion. For some weird reason I got a funny batch, but it works just fine. So we're just going to go in there, and we're just going to start at the back of the hairline and blend that on. And then blend upward. I wouldn't go any further than right here. If you go directly on the apple, it's kind of an aging technique, and then just pull it upwards. I know some people feel that going into the hairline is a 80s technique, but if we're not going straight into the hairline has no blush on it anymore, and then I'd say so. My favorite drugstore highlighter is the Physicians Formula Eye Brightener in Natural Eyelight, and if you're darker you can go ahead and get the Topaz one. So I'm just gonna go in with the same brush I used for my contour and my blush, because it helps like the whole look just sort of go together more cohesively. I also used it for my face powder. I want to get a Bdellium Tools Duo Fiber soon. And then just a little on the forehead to really brighten up the skin. So for lips, I'm just going to line them and fill them in with Urban Decay's Wallflower, just a nice nude. I'm going to take Jordana's Lip Shine Natural Glaze in number 2 Watermelon Punch. And it's just got this brush. It's my first time using it. Or anything from this line. I was using their other glasses, the Laugh Out Loud lip glosses. It's $1.99, so it's $1 more than the e.l.f. Hyper Shine. But they're a little bit more sheer and they taste really good. So if the e.l.f. ones were too sticky for you, I'd give these a go. taste is a lot better, significantly. So I hope you enjoyed this look. I had a lot of fun making it for you, and thanks so much for watching.